Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video we're gonna see about tutor number 2, how to sketch hair using graphite pencils. For this sketch I'm gonna use STEADLER mass LUMOGRAPH pencils. These are the pencils, just 2B, 4B, 6B and 8B. So these are the pencils I'm gonna use for this sketch. And crafty knife for sharpening. For blending I'm going to use the same brush, and for detailing I'm going to use a mechanical eraser pencil. Okay, let's get into the video. As I mentioned before, I'm going to use the same outline for the graphite too, so it will be easy for me to show how differ the charcoal, graphite, and if you didn't see my previous video, I've just attached a link below in the description so you can access the video. Okay, let's start sketching. So I already used a kneadable eraser to lightening the outlines. Okay, let's start the video. First I'm going to use 2B for the basic layers. It's a real-time video plus hyperlapse, so don't skip the video. And one of the advantage of graphite pencils are we can add much more layer, whereas in charcoal we can't add much more layer, and more even a small detail can't be done in charcoal, but when we use graphite it's very easy to create much more layers and add more details. So you could see the first base layer has been done. Now start blending. The procedure will be same as that of charcoal, but the only difference is you're gonna add a much more layer for graphite pencils. Now I'm using a 4B pencil. Now I'm going to use the 6B for the darker areas. As I said before, the upper and bottom areas will be much more darker than the middle area. So we could add some highlights in middle area. Again blend. The graphite is all about sketching, blending, erasing, and repeat the process for much more time. Why I'm gonna add a much more layer means the reason is the graphite will create a shiny effects when you go hard with the pencil. So to avoid the shininess, you have to add a much more layer over. That's the main reason for adding much more layers. So again blend. Yes, now we have done some basic layering, and I'm going to use a mechanical eraser pencil to add some highlights. As I mentioned before, the same chisel type I'm going to use. Okay, now add a further more layers. And I'm going to make this video much more shorter as possible because the people told me the previous video was too bigger. So I'm going to do only the first part of the sketch, and the below tail will be hyperlapse. Add much more darker layers. So now we are done with the first top portion. And I'm gonna add some messy hairs. There are two methods in which you can progress with the graphite pencil, whereas blending at each step or adding much more layers using only pencil, and blending at last. There are two types and two methods. The first portion I use layering and blending, and every strokes of pencil I use light 2B and I use blending. The tail portion I'm going to use the second method. So repeat the same process of adding much more layers. Soon you will get the result like this. You could find that type 1 and type 2 differs, whereas method 2 is much more darker than the M1. And here is a sketch in closer view. You could see the messy hairs and the highlights everywhere. Okay, thank you guys, thanks for watching the video. Soon I will be adding the tutor number 3 using only 8B and graphite powders. and wish you all a happy new year, and be safe, stay safe. Thank you guys.